Hi y'all, it's La Dreamer coming at you live, and I was waiting to hear from the dream world, waiting to hear from God so I can move on to more information that we're all aching to hear. So I got a couple of messages about maybe a month ago, and then finally got a really good message a week ago. So I had time to do this video, and here it is. So thanks for waiting, y'all. All right, so I'm in a dream and I see my ex-husband, and I come up to him and I said to him, I forgive you. I'm holding a baby, and he says, oh, this is our love child. I said, yeah, this is our love child. And he says, do you want to get together? And I said, yes. So we are married again. And he says, I can't wait to show our new baby to our family and tell our family we're getting married again. And I said, okay, great. So here comes his family. His family marches right past us, and except for his mother. His mother turns around and says, oh, this is a cute baby. And then that's it. She takes off. He turns around to me and he says, she rejects our love. She rejects love. She rejects you. I said, tell me something I don't know. And he says, let's go on a vacation. Let's go on a cruise. I said, great, let's go. Now, we don't take our baby, but he takes his daughter, his youngest daughter. She has beautiful curly hair. So we're on a cruise ship, and for whatever reason, we were stowaways. No, I don't know why we're stowaways, because in real life, my last husband was well-to-do. We could afford a cruise ship ticket. So I say to him, hey, we're stowaways? ? What are we going to do for food? What are we going to do for clothes? What are we going to do for like a cabin? What are we going to do? And he says, don't worry, follow me and socialize. I said, okay, because I trust him. So he takes off, his daughter takes off, and I try to take off, but I become full of fear. I had so much anxiety and worry that I started pacing where I was at, and I was paralyzed with fear. Literally, my body, I wasn't able to move other than just pacing. They come back, they said, whoa, we met some people and they offered us a room. I said, oh my God, do they know that we're stowaways? And she says, his daughter says, yes, they know we're stowaways and they don't care. They want to offer us a free room. I said, great. So we, before we went into our cabin, we were hungry. So we went to the dining room. Now, interesting enough, all the dining rooms were made, they were not a square, but they were circular, which I thought was kind of interesting. I said, okay, no big deal. And we began to sit down. Now, where we sat was, I don't know why we sat here, but we're sitting not with each other. The way that we had to sit was in between employees. Weird, because typically you sit with your family, right? Well, my husband sat across from me, and then there was an employee, and then there was his daughter, and then an employee, and it was me, and then another employee, and then it was my husband. And I thought that was really interesting, because there was a total of 6, and it was in a circular table, which I thought was weird. What was weirder is that these people were employees of the ship, but they were not your typical regular employee. They were like military, but they weren't really official as far as our government military. It was really interesting, military-ish, who worked as an employee for the ship. And they were checking us out as we were eating and talking with them, and we were checking them out. And he says, we know you didn't pay, and we know that you don't have an ID, and you don't have a badge around your wrist that says that you paid. And I said, that's right, we're stowaways. And we got up, not because we were going to run, we just got up because we were done eating, and we were going to enjoy our cabin and enjoy our vacation. And we left the table successfully. And the corner of my eye, I saw that this military group could not stand up from their chair. They couldn't rise up against me and my family or any other stowaways to arrest us, even though they were aching to and itching to get their fingers on us to throw us into a camp that looked like it was made to detain or put people in prison. It was a camp. It was definitely a camp. I saw a camp, and it was already planned. I thought maybe they're going to arrest individuals in their ship, in this little jail ship they have on their ship, until we get, until we port, and then we get, transferred to a police jail cell. But no, this was a camp. And I was kind of like taken. I saw it. And it was pretty modern, but it was still a camp. Scary. Okay, so again, the wannabe military employees could not rise up from their chair. Something was holding them back. Something I couldn't see. And we successfully left the dining room, and we went to our cabin, and we started to get ready. Now, I'm getting ready. She's getting ready. My husband's getting ready. We're excited because we're going to go have fun on the cruise ship. And so his daughter says, okay, Maria, now we're going to have to, because we're stowaways, we're going to have to enter the back way. So how we're going to move around the ship is by going through a laundry slot. And there's 3 slots. You have to pick and choose. Either to go to the right, go to the left, or go in the middle. But you have to slide down these laundry flutes or slides. It was really a slide instead of a little thing that you put your dirty laundry in. So my husband takes off and goes to the right, and it was a very long slide. It was a water slide. Instead of being at like a slot, it was a slide. And then the middle was kind of shorter, and then to the left was the shortest, I believe. And so she takes off. He's way in front of me. He's not even waiting for me. And I chicken out. I was afraid to go down any slide, especially with water. And I was really concerned. I stayed in the room. I was pacing back and forth. I was full of anxiety again, and I was paralyzed with fear. And I was becoming like more having phobias, where I couldn't leave my box of comfort. I wanted to stay in. Well, they came back. They said, where were you? We had a blast. We had fun. This party was great. Where were you? And I said, I tried to follow, but I wasn't able because I was stricken with fear. Had anxiety. I was like full of panic. I was wringing my hands. I kept pacing back and forth in the room. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then she says, you need to get a grip. Listen to me. You have to leave this room. It's not healthy for you. Please come and join us. I said, okay. So there was going to be a party, and we're getting ready. And I said, I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to do it. And they all said, okay, great. So this cabin, turns into a ballroom. And I'm there, and I see a river of people having a good time. I don't know if they were dancing or talking or just mingling. I see his daughter talking to somebody. I see my husband talking to somebody, and I'm standing, and I don't know if I'm talking to anybody, but I'm just standing. And I said, oh, this is a great party. This is fun. I'm thinking the dream is over. Well, in the corner of my eye, I see a young man wearing a black jacket with a hoodie on it. And I thought to myself, he's kind of out of place of this party because everybody's dressed like if it's New Year's Eve. He's wearing a black hoodie, and I assume it was a very young man because I'm just stereotyping. So I see him kind of like maneuvering as if he was on a mission. So I'm thinking he might be looking for the bar to have a cocktail because he's on a mission. He's just cutting through people. And then he starts going towards me, not towards the bar. And I'm just assuming that's what he's looking for because he's like jetting through, like he's on a mission. And I'm thinking, okay, he's probably going to talk to a girl, or he's going to have a drink, whatever. I don't care, right? I'm just standing enjoying being me. No, he comes straight to me. And as he's coming closer, I notice this jacket was blacker than black. I mean, I'm telling you, black, 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 a black I've never seen with my physical eye here on Earth. And I'm like, ooh, that looks kind of spooky. And he's now in my grill. He's in my face. And I'm thinking, okay, you got my undivided attention. What up? Well, I was mistaken. It was not a jacket, it's a black robe. I said, Lord goodness, it's the angel of death. Because of the robe and because he was wearing a mask. And I really don't want to see the face of the angel of death because I don't think it's my time. But he was wearing a Bugs Bunny mask without any holes to breathe out of. So his Bugs Bunny nose did not have any holes or a mouth opening or eye openings. And I said, oh my God, it's not human. Oh my God, it's the angel of death. And so it kind of spooked me, but he didn't scare me. And he gave me this energy, like, listen to me carefully. And I said, okay, I'm listening to you because you have my undivided attention. You're all up in my grill. But this is the energy that I was feeling, and I didn't feel scared, which was a good feeling. And he says, and it was a he, I could feel the energy, and it's definitely masculine. And he says, don't worry, America will be great again. And I said, oh my God. And I came out of the dream. It was funny and spooky, and I really just didn't think the angel of death was going to say something like that. And I woke up and I tell Brian, I said, I had a dream. He says, what's new? So I go back into the dream and right where I left, and I really did not want to go back into the dream. I wanted to go to the bathroom. I was kind of spooked out a little bit because it was spooky. It wasn't creepy. Well, kind of, but anyways. So I'm like, oh, I'm still in this dream. So, he's the angel of death, still with the Bugs Bunny mask on, was in my face, and he didn't leave out of my personal space. And in the corner of my eye again, I see something else. I see this beautiful image of the guardian angel image, that one that's very popular. It's very famous. It's a blonde angel hovering over a little boy and little girl crossing a bridge, and she has blonde hair, and she has like this fairy godmother gown, and she's just flowing. I actually saw her as if she was a waitress. She was carrying glasses with water, but inside the glasses of water was red roses with a stem. Don't know if it had roses on. It had roses on it, and there was red roses, but I don't know if it had like thorns. Don't know, don't care. That's not really significant at this time. But they were red and they were blooming, and I can't remember if there was 12 or 16, but it was a tray of roses. Now she's walking towards people, and she looked very happy. And she's offering these roses to individuals. Now, the roses and the glasses turn into little disposable communion cups that you would get from church of not wine, but grape juice. And I was like, oh, I know what that means. And so I'm starting to wake up from the dream, and I'm going in and out of the dream. I'm literally getting up from my bed, and I see the angel of death now, an image, and it was flashing, so I really saw it. I know with clarity I saw it. And the angel of death no longer had the Bugs Bunny mask on, but he was still in my face, and he didn't have a face. What I saw inside his robe, the head part, was this symbol or this sign, which is a pyramid, right? But this pyramid used to be a positive thing, but now in today's culture, it has been coined in, and you see that in the music industry, and you see this symbol or sign in architect, and also you see it in commercials. I see it all over the place, and it's a symbol that the elites took over, coined, and it was, and so the angels inside his face was this, and it was illuminating like a neon light, and the light was gold or yellow. So around the edges of this pyramid, it was illuminating and flashing in neon yellow, but more gold. And I said, okay, I got it. That's the Illuminati, the elites. All right, so then the dream ended. Woo! Said all that in 15 minutes. Thank you. Let me take a drink. All right, so the breakdown of this dream is kind of long. So bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. You could break this dream down to yourself. You're gonna have a hard time with the Bugs Bunny, but if you find the definition, let me know what it means. But when I meditated and prayed about it, I was guided to break down the Bugs Bunny as far as his characteristics. So the Bugs Bunny's characteristics are quite funny. Bugs Bunny is in a race, and he's always ahead of the race. He's clever, witty, he's funny, he likes to eat carrots, he makes fun of his enemies, and nobody can ever catch up to him and chase him. They chase him, but nobody ever is able to capture him, and nobody ever wins against the bunny rabbit, Bugs Bunny. And has strategies. He doesn't worry about anything. He has a plan, and he wins. He always wins. All right, so all right, so I'm gonna break this down of what I believe, what I think, what I understand as far as this dream is telling me. First of all, I'll start from the beginning and go all the way down. So love. Okay. God wants us to forgive and forgive others, pray for others who may not see, who are rebelling against him, not knowingly and knowingly. Forgive. Now this might be people you know and don't know. It could be your family, friends, members of the church, the world, strangers. Forgive them. They will reject you. They will reject Christ, love, babies, traditional families, Yeshua, and God. And more, probably. I don't know. But this is what I'm interpreting. They're going to reject love. Because they're focused on their own agenda. They're thinking they are right and not incorrect in anything they believe that is what they are worshiping. Now this is, to me, when you are not aligned with God, no judgment, because God had to correct me on that. You are putting something else before God, and that is called an idol. So they really believe in their idol. And it could be a religion, it could be prejudice, anger, pride, it could be self-righteousness, it could be anything and everything and anything. It could be even sports, or religion, like I said. It doesn't have to be a statue that you're worshiping. No, it could be a cause. Okay. Instead of following God and his agenda, his will, his commandments, his laws, they're going to follow their own agenda. I had to repent from that, because I did have my own agenda. My agenda was I wanted a female president. And that's not as important as God's will. If I put, like I said, we have to align our beliefs, values, and even our, in my opinion, our political beliefs aligned, which is not really my opinion. God showed me this. He says, what you're doing, Maria, is you're trying to have your Christian values fit into the secular values, where you need to bring your secular values and beliefs aligned with me. And once I do that, then my secular beliefs and values are gone. So it was backwards. That's backwards thinking. Anything backwards is evil. So I had to repent from that. Okay, be careful of what you're putting before God. It becomes an idol. Okay, so even good people do that. So wake up. All right. This whole world is being tested. This is global. Okay, so when my husband, now the character in the husband is an ex-husband, but it doesn't matter. The symbol here was a husband. Christ is our husband and we are his bride. And he is telling you not to worry, to follow him, follow his commandments, follow his way of living. Love. And love has structure. I'm not talking about free love. I'm talking about love, God's love, the way that his kingdom runs. Okay. Now, when he said socialize, it is concerning because of what is out there. Well, you have to make a decision that you're going to follow him. And if he asks us to socialize, then we should do it. At the same time, you don't have to follow him. Now, I made a decision that I was going to do the best I can to follow him. And he said socialize. And on that note, there is a risk that you can be rejected, and you can catch anything and everything, including what everybody's afraid of at this time. Well, I really can't say everybody, but what we're concerned is this coronavirus that is among us. Okay. There's no guarantees, whatever you do or don't do, that you're not going to get any virus or any bacteria or any disease. The only thing we can do is to build up your immune system. That's what you can do. And to focus on something else other than the possibility of getting sick. Okay? Think healthy. So my husband said, don't worry about what we're going to eat, how we're going to pay our bills, where we're going to live, what clothes we're going to wear. God will provide. Don't worry. And then he said, focus, follow me. So we have to follow Christ, his ways, listen to his words. So that means you have to study the bread of life, study his words, and think like him, Christ. Put on your helmet of salvation, put on the crown of Christ. That's your ID anyways. Okay. Now, he said, follow me and socialize. So let's socialize responsibly, be safe, and build up your immune system. There's always a risk when you leave your house or even when you stay in your house. Now, the female, which was not me, but I was playing this role of individual who was very anxious. She was anxious. She was stricken. Even people who are